What is up, bros and hoes? It's Ashley, your Optic MiDNiTE, and today is Saturday, so happy Saturday. Hope your weekend is going aight. And I want to do commentary today. I want to get a little bit more serious, maybe not like super duper like serious, but I wanted to share like why I started gaming. Like, I've been a gamer my entire life, but I wanted to share like specifically what got me like super like into Call of Duty and gaming and stuff like that. So today's gonna be a little bit of a longer video. I usually tend to not do like 10-minute sit down commentaries, but I got a beast 64-3 gameplay with the MP7. It's pretty old, it's like at least a month or two old, but I wanted to use it, and so here I am using it. And I guess I just wanted to talk about like what really got me into like spending a lot of time gaming, because like I said, I started gaming when I was like 4 or 5 with the Super Nintendo, and I started on like Mario and Donkey Kong and all that cool stuff, and I got a PS1 when it came out, played Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and stuff, got a PS2, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto since I was like 7 or 8 or something like that, and so I've always been a gamer. Gaming's been something that I've always done, and in my teenage years, I mean, when I was like going into high school, I think the only thing I had was a PS2. I didn't have an Xbox, and I don't think the Xbox 360 was out just yet. So I really wasn't spending a lot of time gaming. At the time, I had like a full-time job. Well, not a full-time job. I was working like 30 hours a week while I was going to school, high school. So obviously that like took up a lot of my time. And I had a lady friend also at that time, so that took up a lot of time. So I really didn't have time to like game. And during this, during like the years 17 to 19, I kind of like, I don't want to say I was doing bad things, but I wasn't doing good things. I was spending a lot of time with friends. I would go to parties. I was spending a lot of time drinking. I was spending a lot of time doing other recreational sorts of things, if you catch my drift. And if you've listened to my commentaries before, you know that I think that balance is key, and I think that anything in like, you know, small amounts is okay. So once you start to really put yourself into some sort of situation where you're doing something a lot or doing something too much, in my case it would be drinking and this recreational activity, I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. Like I saw the path that I was going down. I remember, like, I wasn't getting so drunk to the point where I couldn't remember what was going on. There's still so much that I remember that I did, and it was all, like, I'd be embarrassed to tell you guys, like, stuff that I did, and I didn't want that anymore. Like, I started to catch myself slipping. One of my friends was like, I think this is when I had an epiphany. One of my friends called me, and they're like, yo, we got so fucked up last night, let's go do this tonight again, and blah, 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 and I was just like, holy fuck, man, you want to do that again? Like, we just did that last night, like, let's just chill out. And it got to the point where, like, I just got sick of being that, like, partying, and being that party person, and going out all the time, and, like, hanging out with friends. Don't get me wrong, hanging out with friends, I mean, you need to keep yourself grounded in some way, but if your friends are really like leading you down the wrong path, I guess it's kind of complicated. So I was like, you know what, man, I don't want to hang out tonight. Let's not. You know, I'm just gonna, you know, I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm gonna concentrate on that. And so I kind of stopped hanging out so much with those friends, and like these people are still good friends to me, and it just kind of sucks because they all kept doing what they were doing and I stopped. And obviously it took me to this crazy place now. But so anyway, so I stopped really hanging out with them so much. I stopped drinking completely. I stopped doing any sort of recreational activities. Stopped smoking weed. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to concentrate on work. I'm going to concentrate on going to school and all that. And so I was just working full time, and that's when I was working with some people, and they were like, yo, you know, do you have an Xbox? And I was like, oh yeah, I got an Xbox. You know, like, I had gotten an Xbox to play Grand Theft Auto 4, but I hadn't really been playing it because I'd just been working, and I would come home and just watch TV. So they're like, man, you should check out Call of Duty 4, man, it's the best. I was like, that's sick. So, I was like, you know what, that sounds cool, you know, maybe I'll just pick up this game. Instead of going out and partying and just acting a fool and being stupid, maybe I'll just spend some time with this game. And so I bring home Call of Duty 4. I play through the campaign in like one night, so I spent like 4 or 5 hours completing the Call of Duty 4 campaign, which is pretty epic, by the way. I mean, if you guys remember playing that back in 07, that shit was sick. And so I went to work the next day, obviously, and I was talking to my coworkers. I was like, man, the campaign is so sick. It's so awesome. And they're like, what are you playing the campaign for? I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, don't you play multiplayer? I was like, oh, So go to the second night that I had Call of Duty 4, I log on and I click multiplayer. I'm like, no, what's this all about? And I just started playing it, and it was like instantly I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing in the world. Because I started off, my first game, I remember it. It's so crazy how you remember stuff like this. It was TDM on Overgrown, and I go in there and I just suck dick. Like, I am like the epitome of a Christmas noob with a blindfold on. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I barely knew how to shoot. And I heard these guys, because I had like one of the little headsets that comes with your Xbox, and I had it on. You know, I was like all ready for the multiplayer experience, and these guys start talking shit about me. They're like, oh, look at this guy, he's terrible. You know, you're like 1 in 14 or something like that. And I was just like, oh my god, what the fuck, man, I'm new. So I back out of that game, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go play something where I can, you know, just be me, and I don't have to disappoint anybody, right? So I go into free-for-all, and like the rest of the story just writes itself. Like, I became so into it. Like, I had to go to work the next day, and I was like, shit. So I played a shitload of free-for-all. I finally won my first free-for-all. I was so proud of myself. I went to work the next day, and I was like, you guys, this is so awesome. We should play online. And like, they were all into it, and I was into it, and it's just like, I don't know, I think they say that when you're an addict of something, you need to go from one addiction, or that you tend to go from one addiction to the next. I'm not going to say that I was addicted to Xbox, but it definitely gave me something else to do at that time. I just was so into it. You know, this was back when Call of Duty YouTube videos, I don't even think they existed. Maybe they did, but only like 5 people were doing them, and I honestly didn't even care about any of that. I just loved to go on free-for-all and cage match and S&D on COD 4, and I just had a blast. And I love that game. And I'm sharing this story with you guys to just tell you, one, how I got into Call of Duty, or like really intensely like gaming, because as I said, I've been gaming all my life, and like I did have an Xbox 360 before that moment, and I had played Grand Theft Auto 4. But it was really casual. It was like, oh, I'll play for like, you know, 3 hours a week or whatever. And Call of Duty was that game for me that really pulled me into like, I really want to pay attention to this and get like good at this, you know? And I'm not saying I'm like super good at Call of Duty or whatever. I think I'm average, but like I was so into it, and I'm not going to say like, oh my god, Call of Duty saved me or whatever, but it really kept me from doing some stupid shit, because I was going down a path in my life that was just doing stupid shit. And I don't know about you guys, maybe you can share your experience with me. If you've ever, you know, instead of going out and doing something you might regret later, did you just stay home and play video games, or did you stay home and do something else? What is your thing, I guess, that kept you grounded, kept you from fucking up, basically? So this is a really different commentary for me. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is totally like not my style, but it's something I've been thinking a lot about lately. You know, why I decided at that time that I should stop partying so much. And like I said, it sucks now. Like, I've kind of turned into a lone wolf. Like, not because I don't have any friends, not because I'm playing too much video games, but because the friends that I did like really have strong ties to, like, they're still doing that stuff. They're still getting smashed and still getting stoned all the time. And, like, it's just not my thing anymore, you know? It's just not me. So it kind of sucks. Like, I still hang out with them, but I don't like to go out to parties so much. I mean, and now look at where I am. I've been doing YouTube. I've been doing this thing that is my hobby that I love. And it's awesome. So anyways, I know this is like a different commentary for me. If you like commentaries for me like this, let me know. I have a lot of stories like that to share. I like to think I'm a deeper individual than just talking about titties over Call of Duty. But let me know, guys. I fucking love you if you watched all this video. It means a lot to me. Please leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Optic Ass Boob says, yo, MiDNiTE, I'm the new Optic member. LOL, yo, we should play breath, and do trick shots for my new episode, Boobs and Noobs. Add me, I joined yesterday and was recruited by Optic 12 p.m. See you later. This has gotta be a troll. This has gotta be a troll message.